Title page. White writing on a purple background. The image shows 5 friends in colourful clothing gathered round reading a book. The text reads, Friends and Family. Tips for our loved ones, written by trans, non-binary and intersex people. At the bottom is the Claire Project logo, supporting trans communities, campaigning for inclusion. Page 1. Title. Who wrote this booklet? We, the members of the trans, non-binary and intersex, TNBI, community have come together to write this booklet. We wrote it to explain to you, our friends and family, about what it means to be TNBI and how to support us. If we have come out to you about our TNBI identity, it means we trust you and respect you. In return, all we ask is that you trust us. Trust that we know ourselves and what we need. Respect us by changing the way you view, address, and refer to us in line with our identity. Below is a drawing of a community member in a purple skirt, a grey jumper, and boots. Next to it is a quote reading, Our key message for you is that, although we may wish to change our names, pronouns, appearance, or maybe even our bodies, we haven't changed who we are. We are still your partner, child, sibling, friend. Love us as you always have. Page 2. Title. What is sex? Our biological sex is a label we are given at birth, based on our biological sex traits. This means our genitals, hormones, chromosomes, and internal genital organs, or gonads. Most people's sex falls into one of 2 common patterns. People with penises, high levels of testosterone, XY chromosomes, and testicles are labeled male. People with vaginas, high levels of estrogen, XX chromosomes, and ovaries are labeled female. Someone who has biological sex traits that do not fall into just one of those common patterns is called intersex. Intersex people can have different variations of biological traits. However, they are usually assigned male or female at birth anyway. The choice of sex may be determined by their parents or doctors. Intersex people may not find out they are intersex until they are older, or never. Next to this text is a diagram divided into 4 sections, one showing chromosomes, one showing gonads or testes or ovaries, one showing external genitals, and one showing 2 hormones, androgen and estrogen. Page 3. Title. What is gender? Gender is what we call the traits, looks, and preferences that society says should belong to people with our biological sex. We start attributing gender when we have guessed a baby's sex. For example, it's a boy. It should wear a blue hat, not a pink one. The 2 most common genders are boy for males and girl for females. Someone who is transgender may feel uncomfortable with the gender they were assigned at birth. They may want to change their names, pronouns, appearance, or body in line with the gender norms they are more comfortable with. For some people, this might be from man to woman or from woman to man. Non-binary people may identify as both genders, somewhere in the middle, or as an alternative gender. Some people distance themselves from the idea of gender altogether. Below is a quote reading, Gender is different from sexual orientation, meaning who we are attracted to. Transgender people may identify as straight, gay, bisexual, queer, or any other orientation. Page 4. Title. Gender, Culture, and History. It's common to think that being transgender is a modern trend, or that it belongs to particularly white Western cultures. However, people who change gender, or live outside the male-female gender binary, have existed across every culture and throughout history. The earliest recorded European transgender person was alive in the Czech Republic 4,500 years ago. Globally, each culture and society has slightly different ways of thinking about and expressing gender. Examples of different genders found in modern society include the Idra in South Asia, Two-Spirit Native Americans, and the warrior in Indonesia. Below is a drawing of a community member in a white t-shirt, blue shorts, in a wheelchair, with a quote, When Europe colonized large parts of the globe, it forced its ideas about gender on the rest of the world. This made it very hard for indigenous transgender people to live safe, authentic lives. Page 5. Title. Coming Out. When someone comes out to you, they might feel excited and proud, or they might be anxious and terrified. If they are scared, they might worry that because of your own upbringing, culture, religion, or experiences, you might reject them, or they might worry that you won't love them anymore. So how could you react? Here are some examples. The examples are shown in speech bubbles above a picture of two chairs, one orange, one purple, with a table and a vase with flowers and a box of tissues shown on it. The speech bubbles read, "Thank you for telling me. Would you like me to call you by a different name? What pronouns will you use? That must have been scary for you to tell us. I am proud of you. I don't fully understand what you're going through, but I love you and will support you in any way that I can." Page 6. Title: Supporting your loved one. Sometimes when your loved one comes out to you as TNBI, you might find that you need to stick up for them, be their advocate. This might include helping them discuss their transition or intersex needs at the GP, or helping them come out to other friends and family members. You might have to model using their correct name and pronouns in front of other people when they are not around. Ask your TNBI loved one, "How can I best support you?" It's important to know that due to high levels of stress and discrimination, TNBI people are at greater risk of mental health issues than the general population. You being supportive and caring can make a big difference to your loved one's mental health. This could include being supportive whilst they make changes to their names, pronouns, appearance, or bodies. Below is a quote, reading, "As a trans person, you have to choose your battles every day. You need some close people who are on your side, who can fight your corner so you don't have to struggle as much." Page 7. Title: Names and Pronouns. When people come out as transgender, the most common things we do are changing our name and pronouns. Our name is something we choose to be called. Our pronouns are how we choose to be referred to. Common pronouns include he, him, his, she, her, hers, and they, them, theirs, although there are more. This is also relevant to intersex people who are transgender or non-binary. If your loved one chooses to use gender-neutral they pronouns, it may be hard for you to adjust at first. That is because in English, they is often thought of as a plural pronoun. However, the singular they has existed in English since Shakespearean times. Think about if your partner wants to invite a new work colleague around for dinner. You don't know the colleague's gender yet. You might say, "Of course you can bring them over. What is their name? Are they vegetarian?" Next to this text, we see a community member in an orange t-shirt and blue jeans. Page 8. Title: Advice about pronouns. On this page, we have a series of quotes accompanied by pictures of various TNBI models. Quote: "Pronouns are so important. The easiest way to make your loved one feel comfortable and safe is to use their correct pronouns." Quote: "If you respect me, respect my pronouns. To help you remember, try to imagine me in the way I want to be seen, as your sibling, not your sister." Quote: "It does hurt me when people know my preferred pronouns but continue to use the wrong ones. On the other hand, when people get it right, it feels amazing." Quote: "I get it when people slip up at the beginning. I like the oops, ouch system. You get it wrong, I say ouch. You say oops. We all move on." Quote: "If it happens, just correct yourself. Try not to make a big deal out of it or make it awkward. Then we have to reassure you, and that just makes us feel worse." Page 9. Title: Final words. At the bottom of this page, a drawing shows a community member in a striking outfit, a blue t-shirt, grey trousers, with multicolored stripes in various parts of the outfit. They also have multicolored hair and are holding up a fist. The text reads, "Here are a few final words of advice from our TNBI community members." Quote: "Do your best to acknowledge what your trans loved one is going through, and don't treat them any differently to how you would treat a cisgender, meaning non-trans, person." Quote: "If someone tells you they are intersex, be happy and thankful that they trust you. Don't ask them for personal details, but you can offer to listen if they want to talk more about it. Educate yourself. Quote, don't assume that because someone is trans, they will go all the way, and don't start asking them immediately about hormones and surgery. Everyone's transition is different. Be led by the person. Quote, at the end of the day, trans people are just trying to exist. You can help us. Page 10. This booklet was designed and produced by the Clare Project. This is the Spring 2021 edition. Booklet available in large print on request. Below is a drawing of the Brighton Pier. Contact details. Address: The Clare Project, Dorset Gardens Methodist Church, Dorset Gardens, Brighton, BN2 1RL. Email: info@clareproject.org.uk. Facebook: www.facebook.com/tcpbrighton. Twitter: twitter.com/The Clare Project. Credits: Writing and design, Luca White, with support from Josetta Malcolm, Camille Lerner, Esme Anderson, and other members of Community Consultation Group. Images: James Fox, at MXJamesonFox. Esme Anderson, at Sikinu, The Gender Spectrum Collection. Back page. White writing on a purple background with the 4 TNBI flags pictured. The Clare Project began in 2000 when a group of trans women started meeting in the back room of a hairdressing salon to discuss issues affecting their local community. We are now a registered charity run by and for trans, non-binary and intersex TNBI people in Brighton, Hove and East Sussex. We have welcomed thousands of TNBI people through our doors, regardless of their gender identity or expression. We run support groups, information sessions, workshops, and socials for local TNBI people, as well as providing information and training for individuals and organizations on TNBI community needs. Our contact details are on the last page of this booklet. Please get in touch with us for more information or to access our support. We are here for you. Below is the Clare Project logo, supporting trans communities, campaigning for inclusion.